Welcome to my new series, Map Monday. Each week I'll be drawing a section of the map of Hyrule from Breath of the Wild. I started off by tea staining the paper, and then I burnt all the edges. I'll see you next week for the drawing process. Welcome back to Map Monday. I began by drawing a border and splitting it into 4 sections. I chose to start the bottom right section first. As you can see, the first landmark is Eventide Island. I then sketched the outline for the mainland. I will hopefully finish the sketch next week. Welcome back to Map Monday. Unfortunately, I didn't get as much done as I had hoped since we took a spontaneous trip to the beach. Here you can see me working on the Gogobi Shores and Mount Dunzel, which surround Lurelin Village. This is the hardest project I've done yet, and I've had to redraw many sections due to the proportions being off. Here you can see me working on the tiny docks of Lurelin Village. And that's all I had time for today. I'm hoping to make more substantial progress next week. Welcome back to Map Monday. Today I was working on various different places, including Tuft Mountain, the Talus Plateau and the Salwood Range. Here I am adding Lover's Pond. Come back next week for the drawing of the Spring of Wisdom. Welcome back to Map Monday. Today I was working on the Spring of Wisdom and the mountains surrounding it. I was also working on the outline for the Lanayru wetlands. Tune in next week for the detailing process. Welcome back to Map Monday. I worked on various different areas today, including the Lanayru wetlands, Ruto Mountain and Heartbreaker's Pond. I've begun to map out sections which will make it easier to draw in the future. Next week I'll be working on the Dueling Peaks. Welcome back to Map Monday. I finished Hylia River, worked on the Bottomless Swamp, Ranch Ruins and the Dueling Peaks. The sketch should be finished in the next few weeks. Welcome back to Map Monday. Welcome back to Map Monday. Despite being a day late, we are back. I began to notice that Eventide Island was starting to fade, so I fine-lined and coloured it today. I also worked on Kakariko Village. I will continue to sketch next week. Welcome back to Map Monday. Today I was working on the area around Farron Tower. We are so close to finishing the sketch. Welcome back to Map Monday. Welcome back to Map Monday. As you can probably tell, I have lost my voice. Welcome back to Map Monday. I have finally finished the sketch for this region. And I also began outlining it today. I expect the fine lining to only take a few weeks. Welcome back to Map Monday. I didn't make much progress, so I'm hoping to do more next week. I have started to outline coastal areas, like the beaches and cliffs next to the ocean. I am unsure of how long the outlining process will take. Welcome back to Map Monday. Today I was outlining various areas across Hyrule, including Lover's Pond, Heartbreaker's Pond and the Spring of Wisdom. This outlining is going to take longer than I thought it would. Welcome back to Map Monday. Today I was working on outlining Lake Hylia, the Lanayru Bay and the Bottomless Swamp. Hopefully the outlining will be done in the next month or so. Welcome back to Map Monday. 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 Today I mainly focused on outlining Hateno Village and Kakariko Village. We are getting so close to adding colour for this section. Welcome back to Map Monday. 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 Today I focused on adding colour to Gogobe Shores, Tuft Mounting and highlighting the water's edge. This is going to take forever and this is only a quarter of the map. Welcome back to Map Monday. I did not get a lot done this week since I have been studying for my driver's test. I will make more progress by next week. Welcome back to Map Monday. Welcome back to Map Monday. Welcome back to Map Monday. I didn't record last week since I wasn't feeling well. Welcome back to Map Monday. 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 My main focus was the Lanayru wetlands and the area surrounding it. Welcome back to Map Monday. 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 Today I was working on finishing Dracozu Lake, Tobio's Hollow and the water highlights. And it's finished, guys. This section is all done. Only 3 to go.